Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy, continuing to try to unkaput the Great Pumpkin, which had some transmission issues, as those of you who've been following my stuff will already know about. So I've been going through a process of elimination to systematically eliminate potential sources of the trouble. With an automatic transmission, this car has a not factory transmission. I installed a 204R GM transmission in this, which has overdrive. But anyway, the relevant point for purposes of this video is that the shifts on the transmission are controlled by a TV cable, which is this little sucker right here, which responds to throttle inputs. And I'm going to show you how that works underneath the car. But just to confirm that nothing is out of adjustment, I went ahead and checked everything, and now I'm going to have my assistant operate the throttle on this end to show you that everything works okay on this end. So assistant, go ahead and gradually all the way to the floor and hold it there, and you'll see that the throttle arm and everything, the linkage operates all the way to the fully extended position. And with these TV cables, you really want to have no slack at wide open throttle. You want this thing to be tight as a banjo string, which as you can see it is, and without being so tight that it limits the movement of the throttle arm, which would prevent the throttle from opening all the way. Okay, assistant, let it back off. So it all looks good up here. And by the way, I've had to slightly rig up and modify the brackets because it's an aftermarket transmission, not correct, not what it originally came with. So I modified a bracket to get everything to fit and get it all to line up correctly. Now I'm gonna get underneath the car and show you what happens when that throttle cable gets pulled back and how it's supposed to look. I wish I had a lift, but I don't. Oh, what I need is I do have a flashlight. Bear with me for a minute, which I'll need for purposes of this video. So you can see what I'm talking about, Willis. All right, so let's see if I can do this. All right, so here's the guts of the transmission, or rather the underside of it, and the valve body. And if you can see what I'm looking at right now, let me get a little closer to it. You can see if I can focus on it. All right, you'll see there's a little plunger, and there's an arm that actuates the plunger. Now, right now the plunger is fully extended. When I tell my assistant to apply throttle, you'll see that the arm actuates the plunger and the plunger goes into the valve body. Assistant, go ahead and hit the throttle. Okay, you'll see that. Let it up. And again. Okay, back. And one more time. Okay, you can see it's fully depressed. She is holding it in the fully wide open throttle position, so the plunger is fully depressed. Release, and then it fully extends. So bear with me as I get up underneath the car again. So that is not the problem. And the two other things that I'm going to check are the wiring to the torque converter lockup switch and the lockup switch itself, to see whether those things are causing the issue. And if all that looks okay, turns out all right, I am going to button the thing up, put the pan back on, fill it with fluid, pray to the motor gods, cross my fingers, turn it on, and see if it does more than just make lots of good noises, and hopefully it will actually move. Anyway, I will have a further update for you up at epautos.com, the web's best libertarian gearhead site, over the course of the next day or two, depending on how much time I have to get to all this. So thanks as always for viewing, listening, and supporting the site, and we'll catch up with you again soon.